I feel like so many times out there, you go to the grocery store, you're trying to buy healthier things for your family. You don't really know what is healthy. You can't always trust what they're marketing out there. So we're grateful to have Allie Spencer here with LDS Hospital, and you are going to be kind of helping us out on how we can do that.
Yes, and I'll go a step further that you can almost never trust what they're advertising. Well, maybe sometimes. But yeah, so we're going to talk about the difference between what's white and wheat and what our different grains are.
Well, there are different things you look at, right? I guess, as a shopper out there, and one of those is the whole grain little stamp.
Yes.
So I'm holding up the Fruit Loops, which I never knew it was on the Fruit Loops, but there it is right there. What does that mean?
So there's a whole grain stamp, and that's from the Whole Wheat Council. And what that tells you is that there's at least half a grain of whole grains in there. This is where it's tricky. What's considered a serving of grains is 16 grams of whole grains.
So this is healthy.
No. So it's
got the stamp.
So yes, so the stamp is the first place that you look. The next thing you want to look at is at the label. So my recommendation is look for something that has at least 3 grams of fiber per serving. So how many grams of fiber in our Fruit Loops?
Okay, so fiber is 13%?
Yep, so 3 grams actually, yeah.
3
so
grams.
Right there, 3 grams.
Okay, 3 grams.
Okay, so it's looking pretty good.
Good, let's open it up.
Then what we do is we need to look at the ingredients. And so when we look at the ingredients on the bottom, something to remember is that these are in the order of weight. So whatever comes first is what's most prominent. What's the first ingredient on
Well, you're
Fruit
going to
Loops?
be shocked that it's sugar.
It's sugar, okay? So of everything in Fruit Loops, even though there's half a grain of whole grains, sugar is the #1 ingredient. So that's still, we're eating a bowl of sugar with some whole grain with
Right,
it.
the wheat flour is 3rd.
Yeah.
And whole grain oat flour is 4th.
Yes. Okay, so that's the thing, is you want to make sure that when you're looking at your labels, you're choosing things that have the whole wheat flour designated. Okay, so we have our whole grains, and whole grains are whole wheat flour. It could be things like buckwheat, it could be oat flour, but we've got to have the whole grain. Right? Anytime you look and see something like bran or degerminated, even though these may sound healthy, that means it's not a whole grain.
I would like it degerminated, though. I would feel like I wouldn't want those germs in there, no?
But so that's not that's not what they're talking about.
That's not exactly what that means.
Germ-free, yeah.
I struggle the most in the bread section. Like, I don't know which wheat is good for me as the white, or if I should just end up with white.
Don't end up with white. So
no. Okay.
The recommendation is at least half your grains be whole. So we have 2 different options here. So this is an example of a 12-grain bread. And you would see that and think, oh, this is a really good choice. Lots of grains.
Yes, and I mean, it's like healthy. There's greenery on it. Like, this is a good choice,
There's
right?
a barn. Yeah.
There's a barn.
Straight from the farm. Okay, but you'll see the first ingredient, again, is enriched wheat flour. Okay, and that is not a whole grain. There are more whole grains further down, but the bulk of this is going to be enriched flour.
Oh, whole grain.
Yep, and this is
#1 ingredient.
100% whole wheat. And so that's what you want to make sure, is that if it doesn't designate that there's 100% whole grain on the label, you want to make sure and just read your ingredient list that all of your flours have
And
that.
should that be first? I mean, the bread you want should have that very first on the ingredient
Hands
list.
down, yes.
Really?
And if anything, avoid any enriched flours.
Oh, I actually have this exact one in my fridge. Or not fridge, in my pantry.
Yeah, don't put that in your fridge.
You could.
It may help it.
You
it
could.
may help it be better.
So enriched grains aren't devoid of nutrients. What happens when they make a refined grain is they're stripping out some of the nutrients in part of the grain. They're taking out the bran and the germ. And so it's leaving just the endosperm, which is really smooth and nice. And so enriched grains just means they're adding back in some of those nutrients that they took out.
All right, now when you look at the Triscuits, I see that little whole grain label.
Yes.
Should we peek at the ingredients?
Let's
Okay,
see,
Jess,
ladies.
what do you...
Okay,
What do you see?
So whole grain wheat, the first thing. Oh,
Number
these
1.
only have whole grain wheat, vegetable oil, and sea salt.
And 3 grams of fiber.
Yeah. Great
Salt.
choice.
Good job.
Well, I do make that choice, actually. I do
know, I
make the
love
Triscuit
those.
choice, but I didn't know what to look for in the labels. What about the claims? All those things on the front of the
So
box.
again, sometimes they're really valid and sometimes they're not, right? That we have 2 examples on here that have the whole grain claim, and one is good for us, one is not so much. And so you just have to take them with a grain of salt, right? That anytime you see something, it may you may say multigrain, or it may say bran, or it may say cracked wheat, and all these things may sound like they're really good choices, and that's why you have to do this investigative
But
work.
ultimately up to you as the consumer to find out what you're really eating.
Exactly.
Yeah.
takes a
Okay,
little...
well, Jess, like, I think we have a little bit of that.
Can I just wrap, like, make a sandwich that's like some of these sprinkled into this? I don't know, but thank you so much,
She's
Allie.
like, as a dietitian, no, I cannot recommend that. LDS Hospital, everybody has the answers to your questions. If you need more information, they're so great. Their phone number on your screen, and also the website. Go to ours, and we'll link you for more information. Thank you so much, Allie. Happy shopping to everybody out there, and we'll be right back.